Another story that led our bulletin today was the jailing for life of an ISIS member that took part of those, well, I don't know what word you use, hideous, inhumane, awful beheadings that took place some time back now.
Yeah, one of the so-called ISIS beetles was sentenced for that. You know, it's the way it ought to be. I mean, these people are criminals, and they shouldn't be elevated beyond that. They should be treated as the common criminals, murderous thugs that they are. And justice was done here, even if Western justice, it's true of all of our countries, does take a little longer than many of us would like.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And one of the victims' mothers spoke so eloquently outside the court today. But yeah, it breaks your heart every time you see it. Where do you see the US foreign policy at the moment? Obviously, we've seen this in the headlines quite a bit, the war on terror, more recently than, say, we have for the last year or so.
Well, there is no real understandable American foreign policy. You look, the President Biden didn't want Nancy Pelosi to go to Taiwan. Nancy Pelosi goes to Taiwan anyway. You had America pull out literally in the middle of the night and abandoning our allies in Afghanistan. And now you had al-Zawahiri living openly in a luxury apartment in Kabul. We have thousands of Americans in green card, which is legal residents in the United States, still stranded behind in Afghanistan. There's no policy with regard to Iran. The Biden administration is pathologically against anything Trump did. So now they want to lurch back into some sort of deal with the Iranians, who are still who would use the proceeds of that to export misery and terror throughout the Middle East, which they've been doing for decades. So there is no understandable American foreign policy, and this creates an opening for America's and Australia's adversaries, and doesn't exactly provide comfort to her allies.
No, exactly. John, have a cracking weekend. We love having you on the show.